So welcome back. I'm sure that was a very healthy conversation about how you can start to grow your business. Where are the biggest opportunities for you to improve? Let's move on from this and focus less on growth and more on this wonderful thing called profit, because it absolutely is an X factor in your business. No point growing if there's no profit in this particular growth. So let's have a look at a profit formula. And I'm going to suggest to you that you definitely want to achieve this wonderful thing called net profit. Fantastic, great. So let's reverse engineer from net profit and look at the two ingredients that generate that. The first is your gross profit from the sales that you're making. Second is your operating expenses, your OPEX. I'd like to suggest to you that OPEX, operating expenses, is actually the enemy of profit. So the more we can start to reduce your operating expenses, the more profit that's going to occur. Without you increasing your revenue, without increasing gross profit, your net profit will have a positive impact. So gross profit, reverse engineering from that, is a combination of two ingredients. The revenue that you're actually generating into your business and the cost of goods sold. So therefore, one of the great strategies to look at, is it possible not only to have those growth factors from a revenue point of view, is it possible to actually buy what you're buying better? Is there a way of reducing the cost of goods that you're actually selling? There's always a way if you start to focus on it and look at that and see where are those opportunities. From there, from an operating expenses point of view, there are two kinds of expenses. Your fixed expenses, you can't do a lot about those, but it may be you're looking at moving to another premises. Maybe you can actually hone that lease, reduce your lease and become more effective with that. Now, of course, if your business is in growth, it may be a better strategy to actually increase your fixed overheads because your business is now at a place where it can cope with it more so. Second kind are your variable. It's interesting, with the variable expenses, it is amazing to me how often you can just fall into the trap of paying for things that you really don't need. Could you reduce your variable expenses by 10%? I would like to suggest to you the answer is absolutely yes. Simple example that happened recently with a client of mine. They bought a new photocopier, and there is a setting on the photocopy that counts colour copies and black and white copies. Very simple example. So everything that was being printed, even in black and white, was being added up and calculated as a colour copy. What does it mean? They ended up with a printing bill from their actual internal photocopier of some like $2,000 or $3,000 per month. Now, that's a classic example that if we weren't on top of that, or had someone that was focused on what are the variable expenses, how do we actually really minimise these and therefore maximise our net profit, would make a big difference. So within your business right now, there are a number of what we call profit drivers. What we're seeing here are some key elements that actually end up with net profit. How are you going on your GP, your gross profit? A combination of your revenue less your cost of goods sold. How are you going on operating expenses? Remember, it's the enemy of profit. So what are we doing with our fixed overheads, our fixed expenses, and what are we doing with our variable? And is there a way we could start to tweak, hone these? An important part of Coaching Club and the accounting firm that you work with, it's really about starting to hone in on, is there some opportunities for you to have more profit at the end of the day? Growth is one thing, but we're absolutely committed to you actually producing a fantastic profit in your business. So have a discussion right now, both about that particular model and your profit drivers. What are the profit drivers in your business? What are the things that when you actually get these right, when you nail these, it's going to have a big impact on the performance of your business? Enjoy the discussion right now.